What up, and welcome to Ask a Bad Boy with your host, Bad Boy, aka Blake Harrington. So check it out. We got another reaction video by my man Anton Daniels. Go over and check him out, AntonDaniels.com. Weather been a little crazy here in Detroit, so we're gonna react to this video in real time. The video is titled "Cheated on My Husband with Our Kid's Dentist." This is crazy. This is gonna be a good one. Cheating topics is always fire. All right, let's go. Real time.
So my affair partner was my kid's dentist for 2 years before anything ever happened with us. And I get some questions about that because some people are confused as like, how can we just be friends or hang out in a friend group or, you know, not like just know each other casually, and then all of a sudden one day now we're flirting and it seems like it's crossing the line. Like, what happened? So I kind of wondered that myself, and I want to give you a couple of reasons for why that happens. So psychologists call it, the first reason is exposure effect. So for 2 years, he and I was around each other. We saw each other, you know, sporadically whenever the kids had an appointment. He has a friendly personality, very, you know, just warm and he has a good bedside personality for, you know, a medical professional. So he makes you feel comfortable, that kind of thing. So it's not like we were flirting for 2 years because we didn't do that. You know, it was just, hey, what's going on with my child?
This is so dumb.
You know, this is what we need to do, blah, blah, blah. We're in for a cleaning. Everything looks great. You guys are doing good. You know, that kind of thing.
So stupid.
And then just, you know, one day I go into the office and I'm in for a cleaning, and it just, you know, he's talking about Valentine's Day and how he had a fail and, you know, just all that kind of stuff. But anyways, you know, so I think that just being exposed to a person, you know, over time, you start to feel comfortable. There's a warmth there. There's familiar there. You know, this is a nice person. We start to feel safe. There may have been some attraction there, you know, that kind of thing. And then another thing is timing. So maybe everything, you know, in my marriage was okay before that. Maybe.
So I hear everything except for I was wrong. I take responsibility. It take two to tango. Even if he petitioned me, I should have said something to my husband, or I should have cut him off immediately because I'm not having an affair with my kid's dentist and then ruining my marriage and my relationship. Everything except accountability. Psychologists calls it this, and this calls it that. But listen, we don't want to hear none of that. The first thing that we want to hear is accountability. So yes, I was wrong. I take ownership and responsibility.
Before we even get started, fellas, ladies, me dealing with women all the time, notice Anton mentioned accountability. Accountability. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that from women. I mean, I have women in the chair that won't even take accountability for not taking care of their hair. So that right there in itself is you're asking for something that may not be available from most women. Not all, most women. So fellas, if you out here looking for accountability from a woman, good luck.
For the fact that I cheated with my kid's dentist. And then I decided that I want to make him my dentist because I need an oral cavity clean out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to hear none of this nonsense. And I never hear responsibility from women. Only time you ever hear stuff like this is when they decide that they want to try to monetize their trauma. Then they want to coach you on how you can identify the signs of psychosis or whatever it is that they got going on to prevent you from being in the same place, or maybe you need a trauma bonding partner at the same time. Get the hell out of here, bro.
Things in his marriage was okay before, and then, you know,
so they was both married. So the dentist was married and you was married and your marriage was great. Everything was awesome. Why?
I'll tell you why. This is from experience, actually. I talked about this on another one of my episodes. You can go back and take a look at it. I caught someone cheating, and she was cheating with a married man. And then she was like, well, oh, I'm not messing with him. Once I detected something wrong, she's like, I'm not messing with him. He's married, as if that meant something. We're in a relationship, he married. And the reason they do that is because they both got something to lose, so it seems to be a safe space, so they get real comfortable. That's what that is. Even a recent breakup, she left for a married man with kids, which is crazy, but that's another podcast.
Why? Why you messing up the family like that? You got small kids. You know what I'm saying? They like the dentist. They like the little toys. Why? And this is why I say that it's very difficult for men and women that one of them are attracted to each other for them to be friends, because every single time, let me tell you what's really happening. She got an emotional connection to the dentist, okay? She always liked him, but she never really took it serious because she didn't know that she really had a chance with him. Once he flirted back, it was off to the races. All of this other mumbo jumbo that you see happening right here is nonsense, bro.
That's a good point. And I'll ask, they always say a lady can tell in the first few minutes of meeting somebody whether or not it'll go down. So that says right there what he's saying is true. As soon as she seen him, she knows she was attracted to him, but she wasn't sure she had a chance. So once she knew she had a chance, she took off, which is typically what happens. It's hypergamy. It is what it is.
Shifted, something changed. I know for me, we have been going through, a very difficult season for probably about 3 years. Before
it was just cool.
Happened,
it was all good a week ago.
Season just kind of progressively got worse. So, maybe in his marriage, things had, started to become really bad, unmet needs, disconnect. Stop the cap. I know he was separated for a little while before he and I started talking.
More cap.
So
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Let me see who's going to be interested, that kind of thing. So if you're in that situation and you're like, hey, we were just friends, we were hanging out at a cookout, or we were all couple friends,
this is all cap.
And then all of a sudden something just shifted and we started flirting, or we just started talking, and then something crossed the line. Conversation wise, I'm not talking about you actually cross the line. You could cross the line in conversations, that kind of thing.
Can't.
And that could be
no,
it.
You can't. And that's why you found yourself in the situation that you're in right now. You can't keep crossing a line in conversations and think that it's not going to manifest itself into being something real. Because it's not like you're going to pull back. That's the reason why you had an affair in the first place. And I don't know if her husband left her or not, because I'm reacting to this in real time. But this is crazy, bro. This is absolutely insane, the justification for bad behavior.
And your marriage shifted and you wasn't aware that you were vulnerable, things in their marriage, and then you've been around them a long time, so there's that comfort, that familiar, atmosphere with this person. But what I did, I do get a lot of questions about this, so I created a free guide for you guys. All you have to do.
No, we're not going. I know she's not about to monetize behind her affair. This is crazy work. Once again, I'm gonna let Anton cook, but I have to chime in because this is something we see on a regular basis. I see it in the salon all the time, and you'll be surprised the men in these service industries that service women, the things that go down that the average guy would not believe or understand. And I'm not the bearer of bad news or kiss and tell, but fellas, just know it could be the dentist, it could be the trainer, it could be the hairstylist. Whoo, you'd be surprised. You'll be surprised. But it looked like she about to try to monetize off this thing. Let's see what Anton say.
Is click the link.
Go ahead, get
Are
her
women
Anton.
really monetizing affairs? Are they monetizing bad behavior?
Wow.
I'm all for people getting their bag, but all right, let me ask it a different way. Are women that are watching this actually buying or downloading her free guide? I'm just asking a
I want to
question.
know
I'm not
too.
saying whether you should or shouldn't. Do what you want to do, use your own discernment. But are women really looking for advice from women that are messing up their relationships and their households? Wow. I want to hear the rest of it.
In the bio, and it's going to talk to you about, you know, why is it hard to let go of the affair partner, and give you some tips on some first steps that will help you to start the process of letting go. So just, you know.
This is crazy, bro. I think I've seen it all now. And just when I think that I've probably seen it all, I probably haven't, and you probably gonna email me with another video of something that I haven't seen for me to talk about how whether or not I've seen it all now. I'm just amazing. I'm just amazed, not amazing, amazed at. I didn't see at any point her take ownership and responsibility
She's not going
for what she did to her relationship and what she did to her family. Honestly, I'm curious as to how I deep dive. I don't know if I got the capacity or the time, because I'll usually just look at stuff, and if it's interesting, then that's when we start to react to it in real time. I don't know if I have the capacity to go through and try to figure out whether or not she actually is still in a relationship or not. And maybe y'all can let me know, because I always like to give credit to the content creators, regardless of whether I agree with them or not. But maybe I need to go and research that. I don't know how a guy can go back from that. I don't. I really don't. I understand, and I know it's hypocritical, but it's not equal across the board. I understand why women go back. I don't understand why men take this back. The only thing that I can think of that would save him, or save their children, right? Because the guy's innocent, whoever her husband is, and whoever the other chick is. But a lot of guys wind up staying for the children because they don't want their children to suffer as a result of it. Diabolical. Just absolutely diabolical.
We just heard Anton. We heard his take on everything. I'm going to give you my take. This cheating thing is big. Men, you have to understand that if you're in a relationship and you have caught your significant other cheating, the best thing to do is move on. I know sometimes you got situations where you got children, you got money involved. I've been there, done that, tried to stay. I've stayed before. Stupid. It always ends up bad. I can forgive, but the forgetting part is where the problem comes in. And a lot of times when you stay with a woman who cheats on you, she loses respect for you. And once the respect is gone, you don't have nothing. I mean, if you don't have trust, you don't have respect, that relationship is ruined. And these women will do this. They'll get comfortable with these guys, especially these guys in the service industry, wherever, you know what I mean? But what we got to figure out is why this is happening. You have to know female nature. You have to be able to deal with female nature, stomach it, be the best man you can be in all areas. Strive to be the best man you can be. No one is perfect, but just strive to be the best you can be. And once you do your best, you've done your best, and that is what it is. So if you're ever in this situation, you know, I'm here for you. I know it can be really painful. If you encounter something like this or know your woman doing something like this, you can always reach out. I'm here to help. You know, like I said from the OG, I've been there, I've done that, you know, and it's really a tough situation. But once again, you know, women, it can be in their nature to do these type of things. Men, we do it as well, but it hits different. As much as women don't want to accept it, it hits different. But like I say, if you want to know, ask a bad boy. Let's go.